Parthiban Kanavu. English translation by Anand Kannan. Narrated by Sujatha Anand. Book 2, Chapter 13. The Sage Has a Request. The maids rushed in to help when they saw the queen lose consciousness. The sage stopped them and sprinkled some water from his prayer water pot that he was carrying. Arulmozhi opened her eyes, looked up at the sage, and asked in a feeble voice, "What happened to me?" The sage said, "You are fine, Arulmozhi. I was telling you about your son. I was expressing hope that he will be safe and will return soon." Arulmozhi paused in thought and said, "No, you gave me some distressing news." "I said, your son met the emperor's daughter. I thought you would be happy to hear it." "Yes, it all comes back to me now. But why is it happy news? The enemy of my country who killed my husband and pushed me to my current state. Did my son fall for such a man's daughter? Is he even my real son?" It was obvious that the sage, with all his wisdom, did not anticipate such a reaction. He said in a hasty, perturbed voice, "Stop, Arulmozhi. You may curse your son in haste. He does not know that the girl is Narasimhavarman's daughter. They have not spoken or even come close to each other. They just saw each other at a distance. Don't act as if they are engaged to be married." "Your Holiness, you have taken a load off my mind. I thought this may be a conspiracy by Narasimhavarman. Let Vikraman stay at some faraway place. Even if he suffers from hunger and thirst, I don't want him to return and be trapped by my enemy's daughter." "Think carefully, Arulmozhi. Do you really hate the idea of your son marrying the emperor's daughter?" "Your Holiness, I don't mind confiding in you. Sometimes I have indulged in such crazy fantasies. But all that was before the Battle of Vennar. Once I wished for such a match, thinking it would end the acrimony between Pallava and Chola clans. But all that ended when my dear husband fell in the battle. Now I would rather hear that my son died than hear that he married the Pallava princess." "Arulmozhi, you speak with such contempt. But that is only because you have not met the child Kundavi." "Have you met her, Your Holiness?" "I have met her and gotten to know her. She has respect and devotion towards me. I am an ascetic. I should really stay detached from everything except Lord Shiva. But I still have not managed to relinquish the affection for that child. If you spend a day or two with her, you would get attached to her too." "I have no wish to meet her. I am just looking forward to the reunion with my departed husband," said Arulmozhi calmly. "Arulmozhi, once you asked a wish, and I fulfilled it by saving your son's life. I also kept the word I gave your husband at his final breath. Am I right in these statements?" "Of course, Your Holiness." "Now I am going to ask for a boon in return." Arulmozhi stood up in dismay with her palms together. "Your Holiness, I don't want to incur the burden of sacrilege. Can you ask for a boon from a spiritual follower? I am at your command." "If so, I will ask for something you will not decline." "I will never disobey your command, Your Holiness." "If so, listen. Someday, Kundavi will come to you. She lost her mother and has been longing for love. That is the reason for my tender feelings towards her. When she comes to you, don't turn her away. Accept her as your child. Such acceptance will heal your heart as well." The words and gentle demeanor of the sage moved Arulmozhi, and she replied, "I will make an attempt, Your Holiness, but I am not confident I can show love to an offspring of my enemy. The father has erred, but you cannot harbor hatred towards the child. Further, there is something I have not told you. Kundavi helped me save your son. She tried hard to stop Vikraman from being punished at all. She had never before disagreed with her father. Yet she fought with him for Vikraman's sake. In that case, I wish to see her too. But why would she seek out this unfortunate soul? The sage countered. You bore Vikraman as a son. No one will agree that you are unfortunate. Kundavi should come to you. In fact, she will seek you out soon. End of chapter 13.